Welcome to Extra Throttle House. I'm Thomas.
And I'm James.
And this is the new Kia
EV9.
EV9.
EV9. People don't care about the 9s.
No.
Fast and Furious 9. It's just too many. Although we haven't had that many EVs
Are we on
yet.
Fast and Furious 9?
I think we're on 11.
Whoa.
Or 10.
That's,
It was X, wasn't it, the last one?
I stopped at 5, honestly.
Anyway,
yeah.
And then on the Hyundai side, this shares a platform with the Ioniq 7. Okay, so this is exciting because it is the first non-luxury electric 3-row. And so that means that it has a starting price in the high 50s.
High 50s?
Sort of US and Canada, both high 50s.
That's not bad.
Basically 60
That's
in Canada.
Not bad. So this one is 60 something?
No, this is the GT line.
Yes.
So this is the fanciest one. So there's 3 different trims in Canada. It gets a bit complicated. There's a light and a wind and a land. And this is the land GT line. The base
Those
one
are the
is
trim names?
Yeah, trim names.
That's neat. I like that.
Think of this as a electric Telluride. That's sort of its mission.
If you had started there, we could have just moved right on to talking about it, because now it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, well,
okay,
so
got it. Electric Telluride.
Visually,
the
wheelbase is 8 inches longer than the Telluride.
Right.
But the car is only about half an inch longer.
Oh.
All right, so potentially it's still not as big as Vistick.
Sorry, what?
The Cadillac Vistick. That's coming out, and that's also a 3-row electric that potentially
Sorry, hold it in. I didn't know. I didn't know you could do that.
Thank you, Cadillac, for that joke. Why have you named a car that?
Oh, he never tells me when he's going to drop one of those.
So that's a competitor that is coming.
I'm crying.
Okay, so moving on though, as the GT line, I've got too many pockets. I'm too useful with this. It's quite a cool ceramic looking key.
Yeah, it is. It's good. All right,
so
push a button. Make it do something.
Things that were chrome are black. We've got black roof rails.
Yep.
This mouth gets a bit more aggressive in the GT line trim.
Yeah. I saw this opening and closing earlier.
It does do that.
Some sort of like preheating cooling thingy.
So this is an air curtain for the wheel, for the brakes, but this one actually does open and close to cool.
Neat.
But as it's the GT line, we get special headlights that have
Ooh.
in-grille LEDs.
It says, ooh.
Yeah. It looks like a sideways Space Invader thing.
Yeah.
It's funky.
Ooh. No, it's good.
It's funky.
I think it's a great looking SUV. I think it's a great color.
This is ocean blue.
Ocean blue.
Beautiful color.
Yeah.
We have a frunk, which is not huge, but it's something.
It's just
better than the BMW iX or other
again
things.
though, ground up. Why not?
But
why isn't it a huge front?
It's the same as the EV6 as well.
Yeah, and they're all at this making the same error. Anyway,
we have the difference that you'll see with the Tellurides. We have recessed door handles here, which is for air resistance. You know, drag coefficient.
I'm still thinking about Vistick. Okay, I'm over it now.
Yeah.
I think. I'm sorry.
So that's for air resistance. It has a drag coefficient of 0.28, so halfway between a Lotus Electra, and to keep this relative to our recent reviews, and a Cybertruck.
Oh, interesting. Okay, and these door handles come in and out.
They go in and out.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Whoa,
just like that. No warning. And then because it's a 3-row, and this is the GT line.
Open it up for a second. See, the Cybertruck I know would chop your fingers clean off. Go ahead.
You're attempting this with your hand?
Go ahead.
Not that strong?
Not at all. Nothing. There's nothing to it.
Good. It doesn't kill you. And then in the rear here, we have electric folding seats.
Yeah.
And
that's good. And these go down, and then there's a flat floor all the way across, right?
There's a flat floor, and then both the seats, both rows, the front rows of seats. So this can be had as a 6-seat or a 7-seat if you do the bench.
Right.
And then the Telluride can be a 7 or an 8, so it doesn't miss one.
Correct me if I'm wrong. In Korea, can't this come with a rear-facing seat?
It actually is a 180 swivel seat.
And we don't get that.
It swivels. We don't get that.
Oh,
not safe for North America. But the rest,
I grew up sitting in a Volvo seat, rear-facing, in the trunk, and that was okay.
That's why he lived there.
Yeah,
he lived there. Yeah. And then I guess
we get cupboard under the stairs.
21-inch wheels instead of the 19 and 20s of the lower trims.
Yeah.
So overall, pretty good looking package, but this one here is 82,000 Canadian.
Whoa!
So it jumps.
That was
It
a
jumps.
jump, yeah.
But
Okay.
that's where like things like the Rivian and the other 3 rows, they're still way more than that.
Yeah.
Well, that's how, because I thought maybe the Lyric, but the Lyric's 2 rows, so you do need to go with this dick. Why don't you drive us?
Can I drive it?
Yeah, we'll talk a bit
Okay.
more. Yeah.
All right, sport mode. Oh, that goes.
Oh,
Woo!
I just
All right.
It feels good, man.
That's quick. Very quick.
Someone pressing me down into a seat.
That's a significant amount of power, actually.
Yeah, so it's 379 horsepower, 516 pound-feet of torque.
That is a
That's
rather
a lot.
acceptable amount of numbers. that
If
you
this
just-
was the
yes.
EV10, like Fast and Furious, we'd already be in space.
Yeah, exactly.
Saying
yeah.
that, there's a GT coming, apparently.
Oh, really?
A full GT.
Unnecessary. Absolutely unnecessary.
It
You
definitely-
do not need it to be any quicker
No,
than this.
that is very nice and quick.
I'm going to put it back into a little bit of range anxiety, so I'm going to put it back in normal. What is the range of this, by the way?
270 miles or 434 kilometers in this spec.
434 kilometers.
Yeah.
What did you see written on the thingy?
It was
when
like
you were at
420 when I was like 100.
Okay,
so
all
it's
right.
not far off.
about that. It's not that cold.
And they've done things to try and tackle that. Like it decouples the front motor if you're in eco mode on the highway.
Yeah.
As long as you're not at a certain gradient or mashing on the throttle.
Right. Just drives like a car in the corners, you know?
It's good, right?
Yeah. Wow.
So I've been living with this, and this is Thomas's first time driving it.
That's nice.
It's just easy, isn't it?
It's really,
just
really easy to drive.
There's a lot
Point
of
and shoot.
Yeah, a lot of good going on here.
Ooh, the ride is really good.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned the ride
It's
because
really good.
this doesn't have air suspension, nor does
Oh.
nor does it even have adaptive dampers. This is it.
How? It's just that easy.
It
It's
is.
just put good dampers, good springs, well tuned to the mass of the car, and bibbity bobbity boop, you've got a vehicle that rides well.
Well, it has
You don't
the
need it to get any stiffer.
it has the benefit of the
Sport mode.
EV lower center of gravity.
Yeah, automatically that helps.
So like things like the BMW iX ride better than their petrol,
yes,
X7s.
this rides better than an X5 or an X7.
Yes, it even rides better than the Rivian R1S.
Yeah.
That's color it's stolen.
Yes. No. This is a very, very smooth vehicle.
And they've tried to
Very
make it
smooth.
quiet. It's got foam in the tyres. It's got insulation on the glass.
Yep.
It is quiet on the highway. I've been dailying this, so it's like, I like it. But
Yeah, the range isn't quite enough for me. I think the issue is that this is a people hauler, and,
Yeah.
and if you want to go, in the middle of winter in Canada up north, you're going to end up at a charging station. There's going to be 4 of them, 2 of them won't work. There's going to be a truck cock blocking one of the other ones, and you're going to have one person charging for 45 minutes really slowly in the other.
yeah, you make sure if you go into a cottage, you've got a charger at your cottage.
Yeah.
But I think for most cases it will work. But that would definitely be at the back of your mind. However,
There's lots of stuff going on here. Look at this.
yeah, benefits of the EV is the packaging.
Huge space right there. Look at that.
Huge cabin space. Because it is 8 inches wheelbase more than the Telluride, the cabin just gets bigger. We found this in the Ioniq 5.
Yeah.
There's things I just wish could translate to ICE vehicles because some of our reservations about
So nice. Wow.
that squirrel was already dead.
But I avoided him out of respect, James.
You could have flattened him and then made him. I don't know where I'm going with that.
Where are you going to go?
A pancake?
Congratulations, squirrel.
You're now a pancake.
You're now a pancake.
Yeah, like obviously we have our issues with EVs. I recently bought a Golf R and explained that the residuals and the extra complication of charging was just something I didn't want to have to deal with.
Trying to clean my windshield.
No, you got it. You got it.
Oh, that sprays the back, that sprays the front. Okay,
Yeah.
conventional. I like that.
The cabin's super comfortable.
It is.
You've got a massaging seat. We've got
It's
heated
on, actually, yeah.
heated and ventilated seats. Behind us is heated and ventilated. They've got their own cubby that pulls out of the middle.
The chairs are very adjustable. They recline. No, this. I like most of the things about this cabin. I like this infotainment. It's easy. I like the gauge cluster. It's easy. I like that there's hard buttons for a lot of stuff. That's nice, including the heated seat and the steering wheel and all that.
The Meridian sound system is great.
Steering wheel's kind of boring. Lets it down a little bit.
It's a bit Kia.
Yeah.
So this is the only interior selection you can do for this color of car. Just the black and grey.
Right.
But I like it.
Cool ambient lighting though, like it glows around there.
There's
and
a
in
bit
the
of
back.
style. The whole thing is apparently, there's like 10 different types of recycled plastics in it.
Of course there is.
They all feel, I can't remember the names. It's like PU plastic. I don't, maybe, I don't know what it is.
No, PU is the stem or something. Yeah, it's like poly, whatever. You're little.
Polyurinate.
That's it.
Yeah. So I think if you told me this was like, take off the badge, and if you told me it was a Polestar 6 or a Rivian's R2S, right? Their new, more budget-friendly Rivian that's coming, I believe it.
It's really nice.
It's in many ways it's superior to the Telluride, and if you have a use case that can make an electric car work for you,
it is reasonably expensive though.
it's because it's still the cheapest electric 3-row.
Okay, sure.
While it holds that title.
Yeah.
I'm not saying there's not more stuff coming. The Wagoneer S just got announced. That's an EV.
I want this to work because this is a much nicer experience. A controversial opinion. It is for some reason nowadays. When it comes to daily vehicles, I would much rather be driving this, pretending charging didn't exist, much rather driving this than some 4-cylinder, heavily turbocharged hunk of unrefined junk up in front of me. This is much more sophisticated.
Throttle and brakes smooth.
Everything's smooth.
It's quicker.
I just wish the charging was better around here and for non-Teslas.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't know. This is a great vehicle. They did an excellent job with this.
Yeah, it's fun, but it's fun. Yeah, REV things aside, they've knocked it out of the park.
They really have.
But they're not without competition,
That's true.
Cadillac's, maybe Cadillac's going to make this stick even bigger and better.
I heard it's going to be longer too.
Yeah, and it's going to throb